Well, I guess you realize you're on YouTube, and this channel is Light Ninrod PBN. And this video is, the title of it is N-V-C-F-V-1. And subsequent videos, it'll be like -2, -3, -4, and so forth. Okay, this video right here is being produced by me, John the Walking Bible Deer Jr. I bet you wonder how I ended up with a name like that, and I ought to do a video about it. For the Nonviolent Cure for Violence International Spiritual Revival Project. I just want to say, for benefit of some of the church people I deal with, this little quote right here from Isaiah, the 9th chapter and 6th verse, talks about Jesus being called a Wonderful Counselor and Prince of Peace. So, well, I'll say more about that later on, but Jesus, Prince of Peace. Just for the record, here's a little bit more documentation on this project here, Nonviolent Cure for Violence, International Spiritual Revival, and the title of these videos will be, well, you can see it right there, N-V-C-F-V-1, and then subsequent will be 2, 3, 4, and so forth. And then there's the notary seal right there on the bottom of it, and special thanks to the Northside Bank and Trust Company. If you're looking for a bank, Rolls Royce of customer service, they did they're helping me out with the notary on this and everything, and they're just the greatest. Okay, now some special features on this this video project. First of all, I'm going to make it very clear what I'm talking about, why it's important, possible benefits, and some suggestions for practical application. I intend to do a whole video on that, and when we quote Bible verses, we'll always cite Bible verses, you know, for the church people, and I'm also going to use different color code, a color code here to indicate the various different types of videos. Here's the content color code system right here, and you can see these different colors right here, and you can all you got to do is just go back and pause the video, and you can read these different classifications. And the last one down here, violet, it's a channel traffic builder. These videos do not necessarily, you know, with a nonviolent cure, but I'm putting them on here because they will tend to build traffic for the channel, and these are great projects that really deserve a lot more publicity. These are proof of concept grade videos. They're not tend to be fancy, you know, finished videos, but just a lot of ideas. And you notice on the corner of the pages right here, I've got scan numbers to help for reference, so when you're scanning down the page. And also, I see a word here a minute about the Kitty Hawk effect. This is what I refer to as the Kitty Hawk effect. When the Wright brothers flew, you know, in 1903, I mean, they didn't have any technical education and very little resources, and they didn't, you know, but they did break the impossibility barrier. The Kitty Hawk effect, a simple catalyst that started a worldwide technical reaction. And I'm going to show you a picture in a minute here. From breaking the impossibility barrier in 1903 to Igor Sikorsky's 1914 World War I 4-engine Russian strategic bomber in about 10 years. Ever since the beginning, you know, for hundreds, well, thousands of years, you know, it was assumed you could make a plane that would fly in the air. But after the Wright brothers did it, this airplane right here, 4-engine plane with a wing spread about 100 feet, about longer than the Wright brothers' first flight, was designed and built by Igor Sikorsky for Tsar Nicholas before the First World War. Here's another picture. You see how small these guys are standing by. This thing was absolutely huge. But once you get it, you know, it's like Henry Ford used to say, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're probably right. So that's what breaking the impossibility barrier is all about. Here's an actual flying replica of the plane to prove that it actually worked. The Russians built. Here's another picture of it right here. There's a guy standing right here. You can see how big the thing is. This is not theory. This is an actual flying airplane. About 10 years after the Wright brothers broke the impossibility barrier at Kitty Hawk. As you'll see, as this project develops, I'm using a very simple format with the simplest equipment because I'm trying to create ministry opportunities for other people that you don't need any fancy equipment, and if they'd like to do some videos, I'll show them how to do it. Now, I'm a great believer in audio visuals, and on the website Wow-1, that it's, now I'm on YouTube instead, but I used a lot of audio visuals. But the problem is the standards for copyright fair use. The legal, what the lawyers, the lawyers have one point of view, YouTube has another, and it's a gray area. And so the object of this thing is to make a technical proof of concept video, not to get in any trouble with the copyright thing, trying to make a fancy video with that might be accidentally copyrighted or music or something like that. This is a script I'm planning on doing in the future here about copyright fair use hazards. These are the most 4 parameters of fair use: educational, non-commercial, use a small amount of it, no conflict of interest with the original copyright thing. I saw a case where a guy did a video of his kids playing in the backyard, and he didn't even think about it, but the neighbor next year had his boombox playing, and it was playing some copyrighted music, and it created an issue with his video, and it had nothing to do with his video at all. It was just that the new YouTube people, they have a different copyright standards. So I'm waiting to get some people that can really give me some really good advice on how to deal with a copyright issue. And I call it my engineering lab, flying over the highest mountain. In other words, avoiding the biggest obstacle, and so you don't run into any problems. And I'll try to create some old-time radio mind pictures, and I'll draw some illustrations, handmade illustrations. I got plenty of other illustrations. If I have to simulate some music on one of these videos, well, I'll just either direct you over and say, here's a YouTube video, and you just watch it, and I won't even attempt to record any of it in the video, or I'll get out my wazoo. Like if I was going to do a thing with the Star Spangled Banner, it'd be something like this. And I don't really confuse the people over at YouTube about copyright fair use. One last detail is if I send you an email and direct you to a YouTube video, all you got to do is go over to YouTube, Lightning Rod PBN, and go to N-V-C-F-V-1, or the subsequent number, and then like 1 means page 1, video 1, page 2, starting with 11, and so forth. Here's page 1 of the video list. And it's number 1 is improved weather forecast graphics. Number 2, Spirit of Cincy art car, and this color code tells you what the general purpose of that video is. So everything on page 1, it'll go from 1 down to 10. Now on page 2 of the video list, video number 11 down to 20. Here's page 3. It'll start with video 22, going all the way down to video number 30, and so forth. To find a video, all you got to remember is go to YouTube and then the channel name, Lightning Rod PBN, and then enter that right there, N-V-C-F-V, N-V, so forth, like that. And this first video is number 1, and it'll be number -2, -3, and so forth. And if I specify down below that, page 1, video 1, or page 2, video starting with video 11, page 3 starting with video 21. Now, if you'd like to get in touch with me, you know, I haven't got all my other systems set up with my email or anything like that or whatever, but I'd like to recommend to you the Gray Road Church of Christ. These are a fine bunch of people. It's a good Bible-based church. I'm there quite a bit, although I got other projects going in several places. Here's the church telephone number right here, 513-541-4100. There's the church address. Just go on Google Map. You can see where it is right there on Google Map. And if you just leave a message with Gloria that you're trying to get in touch with John Deere Jr., she'd know how to, or Pastor Ron Thigpen. But I definitely recommend, if you'd like to find out, see a good Bible-based church, go over to the Gray Road Church of Christ. And you've seen my car. I'll show you a picture over here in a minute. By the way, here's a picture of the building. As you know, you're looking from the street out there. This is what the building looks like, so you know that you got there. Okay, here we are over on YouTube, and here's a picture of, this is the thumbnail for my car. It's Spirit of Cincy Art Car number 1. That's the thumbnail for it. As you can see right there on the front fender, it says the Spirit of Cincy. Here's another picture of my car, the Spirit of Cincy. It says right on the side, invented work, building America's future now. Then I got the big billboard up on top, the Nonviolent Cure for Violence project right there. And here's the back of my car right there. It says, seek Jesus, find hope. Remember, Jesus said, come unto me, all ye that labor heavy laden, and I'll give you rest. And he also said, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and everything shall be added unto you. I have a dream, like Dr. King, and the dream I have is that there is a nonviolent cure for all the violence. And but I believe that, you know, like it says, not by might, not by power, but by my spirit, says the Lord, Zechariah 4:6. And I believe the answer, Jesus has got the answer. He's the Prince of Peace. Well, I guess this pretty well sums it up for this first video, the -1. But just remember, when you go to after you check out video 1, check out to see if there are any subsequent videos. There'll be like -2, -3, and so forth.